What's up, everybody? I wanted to make another video showing how to maximize your MPGs on your Prius. There's obviously a few different ways to do it, but I wanted to kind of explain the way that I've been driving, what's been working for me and what hasn't. Starting right off the bat, what I wanted to talk about, I recently just started driving my car completely normal. I mean, I really don't pay too much attention to being too efficient with the car. Beginning, you kind of do get into being very conservative on the gas pedal and trying to keep the car in EV mode as much as possible, but it just seems like it gets harder and harder while you're driving in traffic and stuff. Unless you're going through like a back road like I am now, I mean, you can maximize the efficiency of the car, but in traffic, I mean, it gets kind of difficult since you don't want to piss people off, and people here in California are typically in a hurry all the time, so you want to be moving along with traffic as much as possible. So as you can see so far, this is my miles per gallon there, and that's with me just driving completely normally. I haven't been babying the car as much as I used to. So I mean, you can see it's 51.3 average. I mean, that's good enough for me. If you if you really push the car, you can get a few more miles per gallon, but it's really not gonna make or break you, I would say. So I wanted to talk about just kind of like how your car reacts really quickly to the amount of throttle response that you give it. This gauge right here will really show you how it makes a difference how much throttle response you're giving it. So when you see it anywhere within where you see where it says eco, that blue bar area, if you keep your throttle around that area, it seems like it's basically using a hybrid situation here where you're going to be using the engine and the battery. If you saw that evey turned green and turned on just like you saw it right now, I believe that's when you're just completely on electric of the engine. So even if you went to you access more throttle, and if you let go and then you enter it, you give it a little gas, you'll notice that you can still reactivate just the electric vehicle, as long as you don't go past that little section where it's sectioned off. Once you pass that, you'll notice that it turns off, and then now you're like in a hybrid. You're using more engine, more gas, and then obviously the end is where power mode is. If once you get to that mode, now you're using the engine completely. So obviously your gas efficiency at that point was going to really change. But you know, that's where you want to manage the amount of throttle that you give, so that your MPGs will really change at that point. So keeping the car on EV mode as much as possible will definitely increase their miles per gallon on the car. Now that's going to be one of the things, I guess, as case by case situation. When you're in EV mode, your car throttle response, all that stuff like that, it's going to really be affected. So it's starting to rain pretty good over here. like I said, you can also keep the car. You have a button right there where it'll activate your EV mode while you're driving in high speeds like I am right now. If I try to activate it, this is what you'll see. You're gonna see that warning sign right there. It won't activate it because the speed is too high. The EV mode, complete EV mode, it only works within, I believe it's 25 miles per hour. So, all right. So getting back to maximizing your MPGs, this is how you have to drive in order to maximize your MPGs. Definitely you want to activate the EV mode, especially when you're in an area where you can use it. And you'll notice right in there, you want to keep your throttle response. You got to kind of control it to continue to stay right in the EV area. Even if it senses you giving it too much throttle, like I will right now, it'll deactivate the EV mode. So you got to kind of manage the amount of throttle response that you give it. So we'll try that one more time. All right, so we'll go ahead and reactivate it one more time, and then we'll give it some. We'll try to stay within that gauge. What you can actually pass that bar when you're in EV mode, and it'll still stay within the keeping the engine off and just completely electric. But the problem is once you pass that, and it becomes very sensitive to miles per hour and the amount of throttle response. So you kind of probably want to keep it under there so that you can make sure that you're not activating the engine. And right now you're literally as I'm driving right now, you're literally just driving with no gas at all. So this way you'll really see your MPGs start benefiting from it. The only thing is, I mean, you can only go so fast. I think there's even on EV mode, I think as soon as I pass a certain speed, it'll deactivate also. So let's see if we can get it to do that. There it goes, right there. So I guess it's past 25 miles per hour. As soon as you get to that point, it'll deactivate your EV mode. But the other tip to know is to know how to regenerate your battery. So you have to sort of change your driving habits as far as the way that you're braking. The longer you allow the car to decelerate by just letting go of the gas, it'll really benefit your battery. So when you are driving, meaning don't wait till the last minute to hit the brake or let go of the gas. So if I know that my stop sign or stop light is coming up, I'll accelerate and let go of the gas and sort of just let the car coast until I reach that point. And if you're able to even apply the brake lightly, you'll see that your bar as where it's charging, it'll charge it even more and more. So those are probably the best tips to maximizing your MPGs on the car, and taking advantage of keeping a full battery so that you can use it every time. So you don't have to kick the motor on to charge your battery, because every time that you're kicking the motor on, you're also wasting gas, obviously. So keep that in mind. Last thing I wanted to talk about was making sure that you keep an eye on these scores here. It'll kind of rate you and show you what to look for, as far as, if you notice, the first one is your acceleration, your speed, and your braking. So it'll rate you on every aspect and show you what you should improve on to maximize your MPGs on the car. So keeping an eye on those things, you'll definitely get a good miles per gallon. Like I said, I haven't really been doing it too much, and even then, my average gas miles per gallon has been great. So I don't see a necessity to do it. But if you're definitely one of those that wants to hypermile, you know, these tips will definitely help you. All right, you guys. So, like I said, if you like the video or you have any other something that you're interested in, please leave it in the comments below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.